I'm Steve Wiggins, and this is the Groundworks Ministries podcast. Today, we're reading from the book of 1 Chronicles, chapter 29. Let's focus on verses 3 through 6. Moreover, because I have set my affection on the house of my God, I have given to the house of my God over and above all that I have prepared for the holy house, my own special treasure of gold and silver, 3,000 talents of gold, of the gold of Ophir, of the 7,000 talents of refined silver, to overlay the walls of the houses, the gold for things of gold, and silver for things of silver, and for all kinds of work to be done by the hands of craftsmen. Who then is willing to consecrate himself this day to the Lord? And then the leaders of the fathers' houses, the leaders of the tribes of Israel, the captains of thousands and of hundreds, with the officers over the king's work, offered willingly. You know, I recently received a message through social media from a person in Nashville, Tennessee. And the message was simple. You ready for it? It read this way: thank you. Thank you. Nothing particularly landmark about a thank you note. But this one stood out because the thank you came 15 years after the fact. And so much time had gone by that I had forgotten the episode for which I was being thanked. Apparently, a distant music business colleague of mine was at a dinner with his wife during a season of financial difficulty, and I had paid their bill. Now, the moment that he mentioned, the moment he mentioned it, I had a vague recollection. It came across my mental radar. And I do remember seeing them sitting there, looking stressed at the menu. Like maybe they didn't realize how pricey that the menu would be. And so I just asked their waitress to inform them that someone was taking care of their tab and that they should order whatever they wanted, especially dessert. And I didn't mention that episode as an attempt to paint an image of myself as some kind of philanthropist, because I'm actually pretty cheap, right? The Lord has to really pry benevolence from me. It's not normal. And my wife, she'd give everything away that we own, but I don't give a lot. And the Lord's worked on me over the years. And so I share that story because of what happened afterwards. You see, this gentleman was so encouraged at that moment that instead of quitting the Christian music business, he continued to follow the Lord's leading and slug it out. And today, he's one of the very few of us who are still making a living in commercial music. For instance, I'm not. And he counts that moment as pivotal. It's just a generous encouragement, pivotal in his faith journey. And that's exactly what today's chapter is about. David's generosity is contagious. It trickles down, and it begins a chain reaction of faithful selflessness from the people around him. And we notice the same pattern of contagious faithfulness in the victory song that Deborah, who was one of Israel's judges, sang. And it was after the victory of Israel's army under Barak's command. Judges chapter 5, verses 1 and 2. Then Deborah and Barak, the son of Abinoam, sang on that day, saying, when the leaders lead in Israel, when the people willingly offer themselves, bless the Lord. You see, it's not that David's peers felt pressure of his generosity. He didn't say, everybody here has to match what I'm giving. He just told them what the Lord had put on his heart and why. And the common people gave freely as well. Oh, that we could see such leadership in the church today. 1 Chronicles chapter 29, verses 9 and 10. Then the people rejoiced, for they had offered willingly, because with a loyal heart they had offered willingly to the Lord. And King David also rejoiced greatly. Therefore David blessed the Lord before all of the assembly. And David said, Blessed are you, O Lord, our God of Israel, our Father, forever and ever. 1 Chronicles chapter 29, verses 9 and 10. I'm Steve Wiggins, and this is the Groundworks Ministries podcast. You know, Groundworks Ministries operates entirely through financial donations from faithful people like you. And your giving to Groundworks Ministries transforms lives. Would you consider making a donation to Groundworks Ministries today? We need your monthly support now more than ever. And donating is secure and it's easy at our website, groundworksministries.com. You know, another way to help is to tell people about Groundworks Ministries. You can share these podcasts with your friends and family or co-workers. You can share them on your social media. And of course, you can always direct folks to our website, groundworksministries.com.